video talking about the extrude tool. Again, the extrude tool works with selected faces in order to pull details out. So I'm going to right click over this, select face, start by selecting a face. I'm going to select this top piece of the cube here, and then I'm going to go over to edit mesh and extrude. So I'm going to click extrude, and what we're looking at here is it's kind of a combination of the scale tool, the move tool, and the rotating tool. You can see by the arrows there that the option to move that extra face is immediately available. So it's always a good idea to immediately move that extra face. I'll show you what happens here when you have these faces all smashed together. It can create all kinds of problems. So you'll definitely want to take it one step at a time when you're extruding your faces, because again, you don't want to wind up with a bunch of these faces stacked one on top of the other. It causes so many problems and it's a pain to clean up. So as you can see there with the directional arrows, you can move that selected face left and right. And if you take a look at the little cubes, you can select these cubes here and you can scale that face along the X, Y, and Z axis. So you can switch back and forth from any one of these tools. And if I wanted to rotate this face, I just click on the ring that surrounds the tool and it'll switch right to the rotating tool. So you see, it works exactly as the tool. You've played with the rotating tool before, so pretty sure by now you're getting a concept down as far as how to go about using these tools. If you want to switch back, click on the ring again and you'll switch back to the regular move tools and the scale tool. Now, one thing that happens with new users is you may accidentally click off the screen, which will deselect your, well, it won't deselect your object, but it'll get rid of your manipulator tool. Easiest thing to do is to hit Command and Z and it'll take you right back to that tool. However though, that selected face, you could very easily use the the regular move tool or the rotating tool or the scale tool to modify that face. And when you're ready for more details, you can go to edit mesh and extrude. Oh, looks like I got an email. So anyways, as you can see here, immediately pulling out this detail there. And I'm just going to switch to the scale tool. Scale tool, rotate, move, and then if I'm ready to extrude again, say I'm making some kind of, I don't know, piston or whatever, just continue to extrude. And if you need to change directions, and extrude again. So you can make pretty quick work out of designing and creating things like fingers or arms or whatever. But you just want to be careful when you extrude an object. Again, you'll want to do this one step at a time. If you click extrude, make sure you move that piece immediately. Let me show you. You can't extrude more than one item at a given time. So I'm going to select the face on this side of the object, rotate, and shift select the other face on the opposite side. So I have two selected faces right now. And if I hit extrude again, see, and I pull the face out, it's going to pull the details out in opposite directions. And while they're both selected, I can simultaneously modify them, as you can see there. That includes rotating and scaling. So I'm going to extrude these two pieces simultaneously, move them out like that, scale them, bring them in. So as long as you pay attention to what you're doing, you shouldn't have any issues with the extrude tool. But let me show you what happens when you have, I'm going to create a new polygon cube. I'm going to select a single face, and I'm going to extrude it a couple of times in a single shot. So I'm going to hit extrude once, extrude twice, extrude 3 times, and then I'm finally going to move my object. See, it doesn't look like anything has happened here, but within this section here, there's actually 2 additional faces hiding there. Now you won't see it now, but if you do something like lay out your polygons, or if you smooth this, I'm going to set this to smooth. See the problems we have sitting in this section right here. Let me see if I can select. I'm going to switch to object mode, select my object, and I'm going to go to, where was it, mesh, smooth. See that right there? That's because I had 2 faces sitting on top of each other in this one area. Well, that might not seem like a big deal now, but if you're planning on texturing or animating or doing anything, this is going to cause issues. So, and lighting too. Lighting will appear weird with all of the light bouncing back and forth off of this section right here. So you'll definitely want to avoid stacking your faces on top of one another when you're using the extrude tool. So just a few pointers on using that tool. You don't have to use it, but I recommend moving your face out of the way immediately before using the extrude option again.